Directors kwa dakika moja tafadhali. Tupigie makofi mazuri wanapokuja. Asante.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, and all the protocols observed. My name is Cyrus Mugai, representing Olin Sacco, former Muhegia, where Kano Dombe was a board member. He was elected by Kabare members in the year 1991, and he was, by the board that time, he became the honorary secretary. Then in the year 1994 to 1997, he was a board member. And 1997 to 2000, he was the chairman of this great organization called Olin. Then, what were the achievements by this man? In 1995, we sent him to Israel. When he came back, Olin opened a FOSA, the one which we call front office services or accounts. When we opened that one, it was the first one in Africa and one in Kenya, because the first area. People came to learn to Olin, how can we open FOSAs? He continued assisting us, and we worked very well. And he said, I want Olin to be known in Kenya. So today, we have branches in Nairobi, at Ratansi Building, Narok, Loitoktok. They are all 10, and we want to continue growing. And so, may his soul rest in peace. We were given 1 minute, have spent half. So the CEO of this great organization is going to read our condolence for the board and the staff and the members of Olin in Kenya. He is none other, John Mwangi Gadige. So all members of Olin, musimame mahali muko. All members, including the Kiranji, if you are a member. Yes, you can see they are very many. Wana John, take over.
Thank you, our board chairman, Your Excellency, the Deputy President of our great republic, and all protocols observed. Allow me to read the condolences, a message from Olin Sacco fraternity. The chairman, board of directors, CEO, and the entire Olin Sacco fraternity is deeply shocked to learn about the sudden demise of the late Mr. Julius Kano Dombe. Mwalimu was not only a distinguished leader in the society, but also served Olin Sacco as a chairman and director for many years. His pragmatic leadership heralded an era of transformation of the once small Muhegia Sacco to the current giant Olin National Sacco. His legacy and immense contribution towards Olin Sacco growth trajectory will forever be cherished. With the passing away of Mr. Julius Kano Dombe, the nation has lost a brilliant leader and an eminent academician. In this hour of grief, we, Olin Sacco and fraternity, express our heartfelt condolences to the bereaved family and pray to the Almighty to rest.
And of course, not a prophet of doom, a little prophet. Let me say, we are what we are because of this young man. Let me use him, young man. Those who are from Kirinyaga boys, they know. He used to call us what? Every time? Young man. And any time we call you young man, you know the way things will be. And I remember, because he molded me the way I am and also molded me to be what I am. When it came to discipline, he was ruthless. A ruthless disciplinarian. Ya akipata aseme, let me see you, meet me in the office, dead or alive. And I used to ask myself, how can I meet him if I am already what? Dead. Well, ukisikia ukisema dead or alive, you will come out of that office being a different person, transformed. And really, he transformed me. When I joined Union 2002 and I found him as executive secretary, that time I was the BEC Ngariama zone, he told me, young man, he reminded me of the 81, 83, 84 year, 1981, 1984 time when I used to be the real young man in the school. He told me, where you are is not where you will be tomorrow. Work hard, and one day you will be where I am. And it came to be. We treasure the effort of this man sleeping there. Actually, he is resting. He did all what he could have done in this country to bring sanity to this country. May he rest in peace. To the family members, there is a legacy that must be continued. But I know he has modeled you to the task. May you carry it to the fullest. God bless us all. Thank you.
Asante sana Bwana Patrick Kanayo. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, sasa kwa heshima naomba kumwalika Kinyua Mwai aje azungumze kwa niaba ya KUPPET. Karibu sana Bwana Kinyua. Tumpigie makofi anapokuja.
Zablon, Your Excellency, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, I am Kinyua Mwai, the Chairman, Kenya Union of Post-Primary Education Teachers, KUPPET. That is representing secondary schools as well as the tertiary institutions. Besides that, I'm also an old boy of this great school, that is Kirinyaga High School. Excellency, before I proceed or I carry on, the young man right beside me is Zablon Mushiri Njega. He is the Assistant Executive Secretary of our union in this county. He's a great man, I would say, despite the age. I'm saying so because he was the agent, he's the man who was manning your votes in this county. He was as well shortlisted for the position of CAS, Chief Administrative Secretary. He went all the way up to the interview level, but he never made it. Yeah. So I don't want to go further than that, but let me say, we have come here to honor a hero. That is our fallen general, Bwana Kanondombe. Before his demise or hospitalization and eventual demise, I was with him in a joint at Kerugoya, otherwise known as Midland, and I had gone to take late lunch. When I went to pay, I had to duck behind the counter so that I could establish or find out what he was taking so that I could pay for him. After ensuring that I had paid, I went and said hi. He invited me for a cup of tea, but I declined and told him, Mwalimu, there is no way in which you can pay for a meal as long as we are studying. That is your boys, for that matter. To him, I was always kijana.
In fact, at one time I bumped into him in town. That is Kerugoya. In front of my children and my wife, he called me Kijana, and my children had no choice. They just burst into laughter. Anyway, to him, I was always a Kijana. All of us were. This is one of the most emotional moments when we are convening, although at a sober level, with the club of the old boys. Anyway, our general was a stickler for time. I don't want to keep on repeating that. Stickler for time, because at one time, I wished to see him. And when he did give me an appointment, he told me, you have to be at the venue at exactly 5. And 5 minutes before 5, I was there. At one time, you decided to honor him at his place. That is the Raine. When you are member of Parliament, Madeira, that was in 2019. In my position as the chairman of Kupet, he invited me and an old boy. Then he told me, invite your executive secretary, Bwana Njogumboy, who was not an old boy. But of course, I was attending a delegates conference at Kitui. So he told me, lunch will be served at exactly 1. That was Mr. Ndobe for you. He molded all of us. He gave us an opportunity to grow. I remember, were it not for him, Your Excellency, in the year 1983, you starred in a play entitled Destiny. I remember very well that you are playing the role of a mayor. And I think that year, or that particular time, if my memory serves me right, you must have been the best actor. You also starred in volleyball. Otherwise, were it not for Mr. Ndombe, you would not have grown that far. And today, you are the second most powerful person in this land or in this country. Much as he was a strict disciplinarian, he was also fatherly. I remember at one time, and I'm talking about more than 40 years ago, it is not yesterday, I saw him approach a young boy who had not tucked in a shirt. He was a Form 1. He had just joined Kirinyaga High School. So Mr. Ndombe just called the young boy. Right. Tucked in a shirt, straightened the collar, and that was it. I saw the other side of a strict disciplinarian. So he was also a father. He was also very, very friendly. Thank you very much.
Asante sana Bwana Kinyua. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais sasa naomba kumwalika mwenyekiti wa National Irrigation Authority aje atuletee ujumbe kwa niaba ya Waziri wa Maji CS Zachary Njeru. Karibu sana.
God is good all the time. Bwana asifiwe. His Excellency, the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, my friend Senator, Women Rep, and members of Parliament present, fellow mourners, good afternoon. Of our CS, allow me, with all humility, to invite and recognize my fellow board members, because hao ndio wananichagua na ndio wenye kura na walikuwa nakaa na Mwalimu Ndumbi. Kindly, and the management of National Irrigation Authority.